Hello everybody, my name is Anna Liardi and in this video I would like to show you the first module exercise of the UX fundamental course at Career Foundry. The project brief was to create an app that helps users to learn a new vocabulary. My app is called WorkD, which comes from the union of the two words, work and word. The app would like to help people to learn a vocabulary specific for their type of work. This was one of the biggest topics I discovered in my interview. After a long period spent at school, the user entering in the world of work didn't know the technical terms for their job. The first phase of the research was to identify competitors and take inspiration. Then define the target audience through user research and interview of about 20 minutes. From this research was born Claudia, our user persona. Claudia is a 30-year-old architect. She's Italian and living in Berlin. She has a master's degree in architecture and she is engaged, but she has no child. Her favorite quote is, "It's never too late to accept new challenge," because she's moved to Berlin a few years ago and faces new challenges every day to integrate herself into society. Claudia is a full-time architect who doesn't have a lot of free time. Her goals are to learn specific terms for her works, communicate better with colleagues, and integrate herself into society. She needs to feel confident to communicate and be independent at work. She's looking for an app that makes her study constantly, around 10 minutes per day, without giving up her free time. And this is where WorkD comes from. The app that can follow Claudia in her busy life, making study of new language part of her daily routine, like brushing her teeth or taking a shower. So the interface should be easy and intuitive and allows users to learn specific words according to their work position, basing the exercise mainly of listening. So how you can see here, we have the work logo and with the slogan, "Learn the right terms for your future." Here below you can find the link to correct prototype. Initially, I had to set up a wireframing to allow users to register and decide their learning plan. And the second step, to get user to learn new word by understanding its meaning, context, and listening to its pronunciation. So exactly on this slide. Once the prototype of my apps was completely, I asked 4 people to do an usability test and understand the best characteristic of the app and the mistake. For this exercise, I use a scenario task. And the scenario tasks were: enter the app and choose the language to learn, your language label, and when to do the exercise, activating the alarm. Register as a new user by performing all necessary steps. Learn a new word, choosing it from the various categories. After reading the meaning of the word and doing the exercise, save it and continue with the next word. Return to the main menu and start a new lesson, changing categories. So, after their test, I just discovered the mistake and I tried to improve and correct them. So, for example, on the first splash screen, there were some spelling mistakes that just was correct. I will correct. So here, for example, get started and learn the right term for your future. I wrote furore. So anyway, and when it comes the moment to choose the language level, some users thought they had to mark the level and take also a test, but they are allowed to do only one. So that's why I just insert her to make everything more clear. Here, when the user choosing the motivation for learning a language, some of them were confused by free time. Since the app is focuses on a work vocabulary, I decided to invert the category. Here there are two arrows, maybe they are not so visible. And I decided to add the term other to define a large context of subcategory as art, sport, friendship, and so. So here, the application is based on daily learning by following a routine. To make the context clear, the request has been replaced with when do you want to practice every day instead of how much do you want to learn every day. Some users get a bit confused regarding the previous sentence. At the moment of the registration of a new user, there was no title, and I just added, and there was no button to confirm the choice. Okay, we are inside the app right now, and on the home page, some user had difficulty to understand the meaning of categories, and it was not logical for the navigation system. And I decided to reply that with favorite, with a saved word. In each such next exercise, I just forgot to add the button of confirmation, and to make the navigation more clear, when the exercise was complete, I just to add arrows to conduce the user to the next word. In all the suggestive screen, I just missing the button to go back to the previous page, and I just add it. So for me, this project was very enthusiastic, and I really enjoyed to work on that. I was able to talk to people and understand their needs. The best moment for me when the participant in the usability test immediately understood the function of the app without knowing the detail of that. So all people understand, so say to me that the app was really easy to use and really intuitive. Sure, I have to improve a lot of things. First, to find a better target for my interviews, and second, to take more care of details and sentence when I create my prototype. So I would like to thank you for this vision, and yeah, bye bye.